AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna do a video. I don't think this was officially put up as a thread response, but it was fun enough, if you will, that I wanted to jump on board. Chris Profe did a video where he talked about 5 of his favorite instrumental songs, and then Gary over at Physical Format Rock and Roll also did a response, and just really loved what those guys were doing, and a couple other responses, and just thought, hey, that sounds like fun. I want to do it, so I'm going to jump on board and show you 5 of my favorite instrumentals. Of course, jazz and stuff is left out of the equation. That's kind of a given. But let's kind of jump right into it. I'm going to start here with the first one that came to mind when I thought about this. This is the band Tycho, and there's a track on here called Awake, and this is the name of the album is Awake, so the title track. Absolutely love that song. It was the song that initially brought me to this band. A very kind of a synth pop kind of thing. I guess you can say post rock to some degree, but it definitely is more of kind of an 80s, 90s synth pop kind of thing that I absolutely love. And this is a fantastic album. A lot of instrumental stuff with them. So check that out if you're not familiar with them, but that was definitely one of the first ones on my list. The next one is one that still blows my mind, that I love this album as much as I do, that I like it at all, much less love it. And yeah, and it definitely is one of my picks. And it's a LCD Sound System 4533, and it is part 3 off of this album. It's kind of like part 1, part 2, part 3, blah blah blah. Part 3 off of this album. I love that track. And it's I said the thing about it being odd, that it still even surprises me that I like it so much, is because if there's one genre of music I really just can't stand, it's house music, techno music, that electronic stuff inside of all of that. I've never been able to find my groove in that, and it's just a genre I really can't stand. And that's kind of what this is falling into, is that repetitive electronic, uh, repetitive beats and blah blah blah. But man, it's just something about that part 3 that just nails me in the right place, and I love it. Absolutely love it, and that easily goes as one of my favorite instrumental pieces. So part 3 off of LCD Sound Systems 4533. And the third one I'm going to go with here is actually a VC member. And I'm sure you guys probably know Mr. Derek Higgins here in the VC. In case you don't, maybe get a quick shot of him right there. So I'm sure if you see his face there, you probably remember him if you just don't off the top of your head. And this is one of the many albums that he's put out over the past 10, 15 years plus. And there's a song on this called Morning I Rise. And it truly is one of my favorite instrumentals in my entire collection. And I've always said, like, to my ears and my feel, and just to give you some description, Morning I Rise sounds like a lost track that was supposed to be on the Dire Straits Brothers in Arms album. Um, I mean, like, when you look at songs like Your Latest Trick and Why Worry and stuff like that off of that album, Morning I Rise just has that exact same feel to it, that same beauty to it. And it truly is a lost track off that album. And I love it to death. So if you're not familiar with Derek's Morning I Rise, definitely check that out. Absolute beautiful instrumental. So I think it's kind of cool that a VC member is actually one of my legit picks for that. Number 4, we're going to go with my girl Sade, and this is off her album Love Deluxe. And it's the very last song on the album, which is called Mermaid, which just happens to be right before my favorite song by her, period, which is Bulletproof Soul. That's my favorite Sade song. That's not instrumental, but just throwing that in there. But yeah, the very last song on side 2 is called Mermaid. And just like the title kind of describes, the thing that I really love about it is you do feel like you're on this aquatic journey, just kind of going through the water, going through the ocean, experiencing the beauty and all of that. Like, that song is just like totally, it totally is that to music and notes. and that's been one of my favorite favorite instrumentals for quite some time. This is my favorite Sade album overall, period. So there's so many good things I could say about this. But yeah, Mermaid off of Sade's Love Deluxe is definitely one. And this is one that I would assume a lot of people would have picked. And I definitely think it belongs in this particular discussion, which is Eric Johnson. This is his 1990 release. And of course, you have the song on here, Cliffs of Dover, which is just, I mean, just phenomenal. Awesome stuff, amazing guitar work, and definitely one of my favorite instrumentals right there with Cliffs of Dover. The one song I did have that didn't quite make the cut when I was thinking about it was the song DT by AC/DC. It was on the Who Made Who album, which was the first AC/DC album I ever had back in grade school. So I always had kind of a special place in my heart for that particular song. But yeah, those are the 5 I'm gonna go with. So again, guys, thanks for putting up some awesome videos, like really getting me excited and wanting to do a response there. And as always, VC, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.